Chalo. So, including online students, YouTube students, welcome for the history orientation session. Right. So, before getting the details of history orientation session, let us have a brief glance of UPSC. In fact, everyone knows UPSC. UPSC has got total three phases. First phase prelims, and in prelims you have two papers. Everyone knows, right? Two papers. Paper one general studies and paper two CSAT. CSAT stands for okay, good knowledge. Then. Now when it comes to mains, once you clear prelims, so obviously you have to have mains. When it comes to mains, we have the respective papers. Right? So we have qualifying papers. Right? Two papers we have qualifying papers. Right? One is English. Second one is one of the Indian languages. Now, now the actual journey starts are merit papers we call them. So we have total say six papers, including what we call say optional, right? So we have essay followed by GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, GS5, and optional six paper we call it, and optional paper two, that is seventh paper. So these papers to be counted for merit. No, I'm just giving the glance, right? Now with this background, when it comes to keeping aside essay paper, we're not talking about essay paper. When it comes to GS1, everyone knows GS1 consisted of two major subjects: Indian history, world history, and Indian geography, world geography. And even we have society also got included there. But we generally consider two major subjects in GS1. When it comes to GS2, we have polity, governance, we have the respective subjects, and GS3 Indian economy, environment, GS4 ethics, aptitude, integrity, so the respective subjects. Now, how if one of the what we call say optionals, if you select history as an optional subject, how history helps you in competitive exams in general, in particular UPSC. As I was telling, optional subject has got two papers, and let us confine to the history. History has got two papers, that is paper 1 which carries 250 marks, paper 2 also carries the same marks, 250 marks. Paper 1, we have two major components, ancient and medieval. That's it. Paper 1, as I was telling, which carries 250 marks, has two major components, ancient Indian history and medieval Indian history. When it comes to paper 2, also carries 250 marks. We have two components, modern Indian history and the history of world. That's it. Nothing is new to be learned. And let me tell you, you generally read these topics as part of your general studies. My point is, there are so many advantages if you select history as an optional. And whatever doubts with which you have people come here, so you can post the doubts in this session, right? So you have two major two papers. Whatever subject you talk about, either you talk about the anthropology, sociology, history, political science, international relations, public, whatever the subjects you talk about, every subject has got two papers. So paper 1, including history, paper 1, ancient Indian history and medieval Indian history, and paper 2, modern Indian history and world history. When I say modern, includes your postmodern, as you generally study in general studies. Postmodern or Nehruvian era, we have different technical terms. Now, with this background, how history, as we pose the question, how history helps the aspirants if you select history as optional. See, from 2011 onwards, we found a radical change in UPSC, as you know. When we were writing in 2008, 2009, 2010, we used to write mains with two optionals. When it comes to myself, I wrote mains, UPSC mains with two optionals. Obviously, my mother subject happened to be history, and one of the options happened to be public administration. But in 2011, UPSC scrapped one optional, and UPSC made the entire system in general. So we started calling it as general studies. and kept only one optional. And there is rumor right from the decade, the one optional also going to be removed. Rumor, not exactly rumor. Keeping aside the rumor. So let us confine to the history. So how history helps the aspirant? Assume if an aspirant selected opted history as his optional or her optional, how history is going to help him, help her. Let me tell you, 500 marks. We shall keep in mind, optional subject carries 500 marks. I need not to tell you 500 marks is a kind of line share in UPSC. Each and every mark counts. Where? In general studies, mains. ఆ ఒక మార్కే మనల్ని ఎక్కడికో తీసుకెళ్తుంది. మేబీ ఐఏఎస్, మేబీ లైక్ ఐఏపీఎస్. ఆ ఒక మార్కే విల్ బి అవుట్ ఆఫ్ యూపీఎస్సీ. సో 500 marks. So if you select history as an optional, what were the advantages అన్నప్పుడు history optional or history optional syllabus overlaps with general studies. Strictly speaking, if someone asks the question, what is the difference between general studies optional syllabus and history optional syllabus? I would say only one answer. I have been saying this particular answer right from 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I have started history optional. Only one answer. General studies history syllabus is an extension to optional history. For example, to make you understand, if you read 80% history subject for general studies, only 20% to be read for optional. That's it. Only 20%. Because general studies history syllabus overlaps with optional. For example, to make you understand, take an example of GS1. General studies paper 1, art and culture. Art and culture is nothing but ancient and medieval. Art and culture is nothing but ancient and medieval. The old wine in a new bottle kind of. We have literature. In ancient India, we have so many books. Literature, religious institutions, art forms, architectural forms, art and culture. So besides general history, we have art and culture. To be specific, ancient and medieval. Now, when it comes to modern Indian history, includes post-modern or Nehruvian era. To be specific, 1947 to 1964, and old history. So whatever topics which you read as part of general studies paper 1, same topics got copy and paste. Where? In optional subject. What I'm trying to tell you, if you select history as an optional, when you read history optional, you need not to read for general studies. That's it. Because it overlaps with general studies. Not only for paper 1, let me tell you. Not only for paper 1, includes paper 2. Then you can pose me the question, how can you say that paper 2, which has got the respective subjects, say constitution, followed by polity, followed by governance, followed by social justice, followed by international relations. When I say constitution, we have regulating acts. You can't read constitution without the background of regulating acts. You can't read constitution without the background of Indian Councils Act, maybe 1909, maybe 1919, maybe 1935, maybe 1947. That's it. See, constitutional background to be read in history. And then how about polity? Mauryan polity, Guptan polity, the polity are administration of Cholas, village administration to be specific, administration of Delhi Sultanate, administration of Mughals, administration of English East India Company, administration of Crown. This is nothing but polity. Then how about governance? In fact, polity governance. We have so many like say Council of Ministers, followed by we have officers, bureaucracy, governance. What kind of administrative institutions which we found in ancient India, followed by medieval India, and how these institutions further further improved with minor changes. Governance, and better not to talk about social justice. When talking about social justice, you have to start with ancient Indian social institutions. You call caste system, you call class system, you call race system, position of women. high class women, low class women, high caste women, low caste women, social justice. And international relations covers, that is like, one kingdom maintain good relations with other kingdom with so many calculations. That is nothing but international relations. What I'm trying to tell you, each and every topic to be studied as part of general studies with the background of history. So in nutshell, overlaps with general studies. History optional. When you go through syllabus, already we have distributed the syllabus, go through the same components which we found in optional. Besides, well-structured syllabus. So generally, like, we get questions from aspirants, sir, history syllabus chala vast ఉంటుంది sir. 110% like, aspirants. Their first query, vast syllabus. Let me tell you, history syllabus, it's not a vast, it was made as a vast. Reason being, each and every topic elaborated in syllabus. We should elaborate in answers, but unfortunately UPSC elaborated in syllabus itself. పెద్దగా ఒకటి ఏమవుతుంది, పెద్దగా అయిందండి. What does it mean? You never ever come across hidden elements in history syllabus when you understand the syllabus. For example, to make you understand, we have one of the famous topics in general studies, Indus Valley civilization. This is a topic. And when you go through optional like, syllabus, Indus Valley civilization అని హెడ్డింగ్ పెట్టి దీని కింద ఒక 5 లైన్లు రాస్తాడు ఆయన. టౌన్ ప్లానింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్, సొసైటీ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్, ఎకానమీ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్, పాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ సివిలైజేషన్. పెద్దగా కాకుండా ఏమవుతుంది? If UPSC would have written Indus Valley civilization includes all, the syllabus would have printed even only in one page, not one paper, only one page. మళ్ళీ ఇలా ఎలాబరేట్ చేసినందుకు ఏమవుతుందంటే 4 pages వచ్చిందన్నమాట. It's not the case of other subjects. In other subjects, only topics were written, not hidden topics, subtopics were written. That's the difference between other subjects like, syllabus and history. So hidden topics, subtopics ఉంటాయి ఎక్కడ, వేరే సబ్జెక్ట్స్లో. It's not the case of history. Only whatever the topics, subtopics there, so you have to pick up the questions from the topics and subtopics. So let me tell you in this way, well-structured syllabus, static syllabus. The question paper setter, like, can't go out of the syllabus. That's it. Static. I do accept, like, printout has got totally four pages. That means like, two papers, right? Reason being, every topic and subtopic were elaborately discussed. That's it. So well-structured syllabus, you call them. And one more advantage, if you take history as an optional, so we have the, like, the sea of material. We have a lot of material. One of the, what we call, say, ways through which you can get command over subject, through which you can form various opinions, through which you can like have different perceptions. Obviously, availability of sources, and we have sea of sources. Even for only ancient India, at least, like, we have half a dozen books. I'm not instructing you have to read half a dozen books. My point is, we have massive scope for, say, books, right? Ancient India, we have books. Medieval India, we have books. Modern India, we have books. And even like, the world history also have a number of books. So obviously, like, we have to take selected books and you have to read it. When you're preparing for very lengthy syllabus, because 500 marks, when you take history as an optional, you shall always keep in mind 500 marks. Let me tell you, you can't score the respective marks in general studies, but you can score very high marks in optional history. One of my students, by name Manisha Reddy, we generally say that, she has scored very good marks. She has scored very less marks in what we call general studies, but she has scored very good marks in history. And at present, she's undergoing what we call, say, She's in NPA, National Police Academy. My point is, well structured syllabus, say static syllabus, and when you go through previous year question papers, you can easily make a beautiful answer. Reason being, there is no what we call say scope for a much analysis. There is no scope for linking with present topic to previous topics. Static subject, you can dump your answer, provided you have to have some sort of conceptual clarity and all that. So we have so many books in market. Now another advantage, if you select history as an optional, interdisciplinary understanding. You can link with history with the other subjects, say for example polity, history with political science and international relations, history with Indian economy. Interdisciplinary understanding. For example, you're writing an answer on Indian economy, or you're writing an answer on poverty, start with background of history. You're writing an answer on international relations, so you may be asked to write, explain in Indo-Pakistan relations, or explain Indo-American relations, or explain Indo-Myanmar relations, or explain Indo-China relations. Have the background. When I say background, this is nothing but history. Even history also helps us in writing beautiful answer in general essay. So అడిగిన దానికి మాత్రమే ఆన్సర్ రాలి, I do accept. But when you write background, you'll be given good marks. Keep in mind. I'm not instructing only background to be written. No, maybe say 3 to 4 lines. When you give background, you can send a message to an evaluator. I knew the background of the concept what you was asked. So clear and concise answers. As I was telling, static subject. You may be asked to write, explain the administration of Cholas. You may be asked to write, what were the factors for the responsible for Magadhan imperialism? Explain factors which led to the rise of Jainism and Buddhism in 6th century BC. Explain factors for the rise of new religions in 6th century BC, or social religious reformation movements, are the what concise, clear, and only the concepts to be understood. Reason being, there is no scope for connecting with other subjects. Static subject, static content, same points can be dumped, and we have a lot of content. The only thing is what you're supposed to do. The only thing is you have to write an answer according to the question. That's it. Keep in mind that is the word limit, time limit, and space limit. Remaining cut copy and paste. So there are so many advantages of static subjects. Obviously, history stands above when it comes to static category. As I was telling, even history optional students, the one who has background of history, he or she can clearly mention general essays. Not only of UPSC, but also of your groups. Mana group 1 lo kuda general essay undi. Group 1 lo mana KPPSC lo ganivandi, TGPS lo ganivandi. So you can write a fantastic essay with the background of history. Maybe you are asked to write women empowerment. See, women empowerment is a topic of right from the days of ancient. Now, how we can mention, we can bring ancient background of women empowerment anappudu, you can talk about Buddha. Buddha made efforts to enhance the position of women. This is nothing but women empowerment. Women empowerment, it does not mean the modern governments taking so many measures. No. Right from the days of Buddha, little later followed by Bhakti and Sufi movements, little later followed by socio-religious reformers, maybe Raja Ram Mohan Rai, maybe Mrs. Annie Besant, the respective social reformers. And obviously, little later we found Gandhiji and other, say, national leaders. And the modern governments also started taking so many measures to enhance the position of women, to enhance what we call say their protection. So when you write, when you start with a background of history, let me tell you, you'll be given good marks. See, you may be like, have the points. So these are the points to be written. If the question frames in general, let's say from women empowerment, you maybe have some XYZ points. But when you add background, yes, the answer would be elevated. Now, another advantage if you opt history as an optional, besides UPSC, అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి, besides UPSC, the optional history also helps you in state public service commission. Same what we call as syllabus in group 1 APPSC, group 2 APPSC, group 1 TGPSC, group 2 TGPSC. So I'm not instructing you people prepare for groups. No. My point is when you read history syllabus, very like the vast syllabus for optional level, these are the like jujubis kind of. You can easily cakewalk for these group 1 prelims, mains, APPSC, group 1 prelims, mains, TGPSC, and group 2 prelims and mains APPSC. When it comes to group 2, Telangana Public Service Commission. So one strong, solid preparation for all competitive exams. I'm talking about history. Again, you need not to study. You need not to allocate what do we call time for history. History, I think 3%. Then you can focus on regional topics. Maybe say if you belong to Andhra Pradesh, so talk about AP history. Say talk about AP economy. Talk about AP geography. If you belong to Telangana state, talk about Telangana history and culture, Telangana geography, Telangana economy. Remaining, same components. Whatever the stuff which you read in UPSC, same components be repeated in state public service commissions. And obviously, how history has line share in UPSC, the same sort of share which we found in state public service commission. Adi APPSC ganivandi, TGPSC ganivandi. So what I'm trying to tell you, don't what we call say measure syllabus with scale. అంటే అన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ పక్కన పెట్టుకొని ఆ సిలబస్ పక్కన పెట్టుకొని ఆ స్కేల్ తీసుకొని ఇది ఇంత పెద్దగా ఉంది కదా, ఇది ఒకే పేజ్ ఉంది కదా, ఇది ఎందుకు ఇంత పెద్దగా ఉంది అన్నప్పుడు వీ హ్యావ్ లర్న్ దట్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఇట్ వాస్ ఎలాబొరేటెడ్, ఈచ్ అండ్ టాపిక్స్ సబ్ టాపిక్స్ వర్ డిస్కస్డ్ వేర్ ఇన్ సిలబస్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్. ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ అదర్ ఆప్షనల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్. అండ్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఇన్ హిస్టరీ, లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, డ్యామేజ్. See, there are so many what we call say apprehensions. There are so many apprehensions among the aspirants. That is, it's a kind of like dates, years, battles, kings. మీకు దండం పెడితే నేను ఎంత సలో ఉండాలి. నో, హిస్టరీ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎ టెలిఫోన్ డిక్షనరీ. లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, ప్రతి క్లాస్లో ఈ వర్డ్ చెప్తూనే ఉంటా. హిస్టరీ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎ టెలిఫోన్ డిక్షనరీ వేర్ యూ గెట్ నంబర్స్ అండ్ నేమ్స్. పుల్లయ్య, మల్లమ్మ, Pochama, Pedamarama. Only you get like the numbers. No, history, it's all about institutions, how society got evolved, how economic institutions got developed, how cultural institutions got developed. Literature ganivandi, what kind of developments which we found in literature? The Sanskrit ganivandi, Prakrit, Pali. By the time when you go to like ancient, by the time you go to medieval, we have Persian, we have Arabic. By the time you go to modern, we have like the English literature. So these institutions to be understood, and how the respective kingdoms got evolved, what kind of strategies the respective rulers followed, and what are the sources of conflicts for the battles. When such kind of like situations occurred, what was the response of the respective rulers? What kind of strategies followed these rulers to avoid wars? So ivanni kuda manam నేర్చుకోవాలి. Reason being, we are going to work with government. Once you get through civil services, you'll be given a district. It is your responsibility to administer the district. Already చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, నువ్వు వెళ్ళి ఇంకా యాడ్ చేయొద్దన్నాడు. మళ్ళీ యాడ్ చేయొద్దన్నప్పుడు you have to understood say how institutions were developed, how sectarian conflicts, what are the reasons for sectarian conflicts, reasons for religious conflicts, because you are going to work with people, you are not going to work with machines. So what kind of measures taken by the respective rulers when sectarian conflicts took place, what kind of measures taken by the respective rulers when religious conflicts took place, and what measures adopted by Mauryan Ashoka when he lived on his heterogeneous society, same sort of measures taken by Akbar. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనకు ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో భాగంగా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి, నాట్ లైక్ సమ్ ఎక్స్ బ్యాటిల్ వై బ్యాటిల్, ద బ్యాటిల్ ఫాట్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఇయర్, ద బ్యాటిల్ ఫాట్ నో రైట్. So these are the like one or two battles you have to remember. I do accept for prelims point of view, not for mains point of view, and especially forget about say optional point of view. So we have so many apprehensions, like you remove these apprehensions. And what we are going to do, how we are going to say take up the program annappudu. So we are going to have the say a completion of the syllabus on time, and we are going to have handouts once we done with say particular chapter. So for example, we have prehistoric cultures, or for example we have Indus Valley civilization, or we have Mughal Sultanate, or it's a national movement. So once we done with the respective chapters, you'll be going to give handouts. What was start? I won't say the entire class notes would be given handout, so the so-called snippets will be given. Followed by, you'll be going to have say previous questions right from 1980s to 2024. 2024 ఇప్పుడే కదా సార్, అవును రేపు ఎగ్జామ్ ఉందన్నమాట, మనకు ఆప్షనల్ పేపర్ రేపు ఉంది. సో రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ 1980s to 2024, how the questions are being framed, అందులో మీకు ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా ఒక పేపర్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో ఫర్ అబౌట్ 25 questions, a chapter called Pre-Mauryan Age. So how the questions have been asked and how the questions have been posed in previous years, optional history, and understand. With this knowledge, we can easily conquer UPSC General Studies mains. With this knowledge, we can easily conquer State Public Service Commission. I do accept కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ట్విస్ట్గా ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ట్విస్ట్గా ఉంటాయి. సో ఆ క్వశ్చన్స్ని ఏ విధంగా రాయాలి అనేది కూడా మనము క్లాసెస్లో డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. సి, ఎవ్రీవన్ నోస్ కంటెంట్, everyone has content, because when you read 4 to 5 books for one topic, maybe ancient, maybe for modern, maybe for medieval, maybe for art and culture, maybe for world, you'll get command over subject. The point is everyone has content, but the content to be organized according to the question అనేది చాలా మందికి తెలియదు అన్నట్టు. సో దాని మీద మనం ఫోకస్ చేస్తాం. వాట్ టు రైట్, what was asked to be written, right? But how best we can write, దీన్ని కూడా మనము ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఒక ఫీచర్గా పరిగణిస్తాం. సో ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎవ్రీ చాప్టర్, ఇక్కడ మనకు కొంతమంది ఆల్రెడీ ప్రీవియస్ హిస్టరీ ఆప్షనల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు, యూ కెన్ పోజ్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ టు దెమ్. ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ వన్ చాప్టర్, వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యావ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ from right from 1980s to 2014. At least you may get 20 to 25 questions from each and every chapter. How the questions are being asked? We have totally say 20 chapters. We have ancient India, we have 8 chapters, medieval India 5 chapters, and modern India 7 chapters. Only in Indian history we have totally 20 chapters. When it comes to history of world, we have majorly 8 chapters. So totally 28. Instead of chapters, we call topics. Well, chapters ante well, chapters or sub chapters already history vast ivanno say topics. So ఈ టాపిక్స్ నుంచి ప్రతి టాపిక్స్ నుంచి you'll be going to get questions. Reason me, whatever the subject you talk about, first be good at syllabus, followed by books, standard books మనం ఇందాక రెఫర్ చేసినట్టు, and followed by previous year. Right from UPSC to group 4, whatever exam you write, whatever exam you prepare, including police constable, SI, group 2, group 1, SSC, IBPS, whatever exam you write, be good at these 3 elements: syllabus, books, and previous year questions. unless you know the syllabus, you can't read books. So when you by heart the syllabus, or when you understand the syllabus while you're reading books, you can easily understand, okay, this particular, like, say, point which is mentioned in syllabus, let me read a little bit more. And when you go through previous year question papers, when you go through previous year question papers, you yourself can understand how the questions are being framed, and how we have to read, and how we have to approach the subject. So follow these strategies: syllabus, standard books, and previous year questions. So as far as optional history is concerned, yes, we are going to work a lot. And after completion of a chapter, you'll be going to get previous year question papers. After completion of the chapter, you'll be going to get exam. I mean, weekly test and whatever names which you have, you can give them. So these are the programs we are going to learn. And any questions, including online students? Any queries? Queries regarding syllabus, regarding subject, regarding barabar completed. First, like, you don't use the inter syllabus. Yes, I got it. I got it. No, no, not only you. Everyone has the same doubt, right? Because I've been in teaching field more than a decade. Everyone started posing, "Sir, sachipotam sir in the syllabus." First, వాళ్ళకి syllabus తెలియదు అన్నట్టు. Because someone might have nurtured, someone might have said, no, like, we generally carry perception, right? We won't first, like, we won't say that, including movies and month. For example, మన డైహార్డ్ ఫ్యాన్ ఒక ఆయన ఉన్నాడు, దేవరా మూవీ ఉందన్న. దేవరా మూవీ మనకు రిలీజ్ అయింది. ఆయన అడిగామనుకో, సూపర్ డూపర్ అని చెప్తాడు. బికాస్ ఇట్స్ అ డైహార్డ్ ఫ్యాన్. లేదు ఇంకొకరిని అడిగాము, ఏ లొటపీ సార్ బాగలేదని చెప్తాడు. అంటే ఏంటి, లైక్, if you approach someone, like, he or she says something, we generally carry that perception. With this perception, like, we go ahead. My point is, on all occasions it won't work out, especially it won't work out in competitive exams. First you have to experience, first you have to go through it. Because it is you who is going to run the show, not someone, nor the lecturer, nor some ranker, nor, like, you may be given some sort of instructions by your colleagues and all. No, first go through the syllabus and understand the syllabus. As I was telling, as I was in fact emphasizing, history syllabus is not vast. It was made as a vast. Because each and every topic discussed. అసలు అవసరం లేదు. First topic, prehistoric cultures. Second topic, Indus Valley civilization. Third topic, Vedic civilization. Fourth topic, pre-Mauryan age. Fifth topic, Mauryan age. Sixth topic, post-Mauryan age. Seventh topic, Guptan age. Eighth topic, post-Guptan age. Any topics? 8 topics. అయిపోయింది. Ancient India అయిపోయింది. Same. As I was telling, optional history is nothing but extension of GS syllabus. Simple word answer. That's it. The only thing is you have to read 20% extra of your GS syllabus. Keep in mind. Only 20%. Right. Now, ఏంటి 20%? ఈ 20% GS syllabus మనకు హిస్టరీలో, అంటే హిస్టరీ GSలో లేదా అన్నప్పుడు లేదు. ఎందుకు లేదు అన్నప్పుడు, say take an example of ancient Indian history. We found few new institutions in ancient Indian history which has got like, the 5%. I'm talking about optional. అంటే ఈ 5% optional syllabus మనకు GS లో లేదు. Only 5%. When I say 5%, 2 topics. The remaining 5% we found in medieval, right? And to be specific, Mansabdari system. Mansabdari system. I do accept Mansabdari system we found in general studies mains, but various themes which are associated with Mansabdari system absent in general studies mains syllabus. We found history optional syllabus. We found one of the topics in history optional syllabus 18th century crisis. We didn't find this particular topic in general studies mains, but we might have learned as part of general studies reasons for the decline of Mughal Empire. This is nothing but crisis. This is nothing but crisis or political disunity, whatever you call it. Somehow or the other, we found the respective topics, but we didn't know these topics are included in GS. When it comes to optional history, take an example of world history. ఈ వరల్డ్ హిస్టరీలో భాగంగా మనకు జనరల్ స్టడీస్లో విచ్ స్టార్ట్స్ జనరల్ స్టడీస్లో మనకు అమెరికన్ రెవల్యూషన్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. అమెరికన్ రెవల్యూషన్, ఇండస్ట్రియల్ రెవల్యూషన్, ఫ్రెంచ్ రెవల్యూషన్, యూనిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇటలీ, యూనిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ జర్మనీ, మేజీ రెస్టోరేషన్, ఫస్ట్ వరల్డ్ వార్, రైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఫాసిజం, రైజ్ ఆఫ్ నాజిజం, rise of militarism, Second World War, UN war. So these are the major topics which we found in say UPSC General Studies mains. What I'm trying to tell you, in world history topics, American Revolution nunchi manaku start avutundi. Kani optional history lo we have 5 extra topics. That's it. Ikkada 5%, akkada 5%, ikkada 5%, ikkada 5%, 20%. So what I'm trying to tell you, extension of GS syllabus leads to option and damn easy. Now keeping aside the competitive exams, like in general man chala mandi questions aduguntaru. If let me put a little bit like harsh words, worst, rale sir, kale sir, shubhamani jappamak sir anukundam. అయితలేదు సార్, 3 సార్లు రాశాను సార్, ముంగడి పోట్లేదు సార్ అనుకుందాం. ఎస్, యూ హ్యావ్ అదర్ వాట్ వీ కాల్ సే ఆపర్చునిటీస్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ కీపింగ్ దీస్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ లైక్ ప్రయారిటీ. నో, ఏది దొరకలేదు సంవత్సరానికి ఇష్టరా కాఫీ. ఓకే, సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఈవెన్ లైక్ సే వీ హ్యావ్ academic what we call opportunity. My point is, you need not to study separately for history, which you supposed to study other subjects. I'm not criticizing other subjects. Other subjects you have to study separately. For example, take an example of anthropology. Take an example of anthropology. Other you want to done. Besides general studies, you have to like allocate separate time for the respective subject. కొంతమంది ఒక అడుగు ముందుకేసి మ్యాథ్స్ ఆప్షనల్ తీసుకుంటున్నట్టు, ఇంకొంతమంది ఒక అడుగు ముందుకేసి తెలుగు భాష ప్రేమ, తెలుగు జాతి గౌరవం, పెద్ద పెద్ద పదాలు యూజ్ చేసి తెలుగు లిటరేచర్ తీసుకుంటారు. See, we are not finding fault in them. My point is, you have to put extra of your time besides general studies. Besides general studies, you have to put extra on these subjects. And let me tell you, the respective subjects, once again, like I'm not making the other statements on the respective subjects. Once again, these subjects would never ever help in other competitive exams, except in optional paper. Then how about history? Besides UPSC, general studies, prelims and mains, you have State Public Service Commission, prelims and mains. In a nutshell, whatever exam you write, history follows, like Haj ko kapilla. That's it. Ostene untadu. Besides competitive exams, there are many opportunities in history. That is like academy. Maybe as an assistant professors, maybe lecturers, maybe like academicians. Even you can go abroad. Even we have so many vast opportunities in tourism sector and culture. Of late, culture was given much importance. See, I'm not instructing like have these opportunities. No, I'm talking about worst. Kaledu anukundam. Sir, UPSC కాలేదు, we have APPSC. UPSC కాలేదు, we have TGPSC. సరే, అది కాలేదు, ఇది కాలేదు, academies. Keep in mind, knowledge never goes in vain. Start getting knowledge. That's the difference between UPSC aspirant and a general aspirant. The general aspirants అంటే సీజనల్ ఆస్పిరెంట్స్ ఉంటారు అన్నట్టు. వాళ్ళు ఎవరు సార్, నోటిఫికేషన్ వచ్చినప్పుడే అందరు ల్యాండ్ అవుతారు. పొరపాటున ఆ నోటిఫికేషన్ కోర్టు పోయిందనుకో మళ్ళీ బైకాడ్ పోతారు అన్నట్టు. ఎప్పుడు వస్తారు సార్, పొరపాటున నోటిఫికేషన్ క్లియరెన్స్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ వస్తారు అన్నమాట. అలాంటి వాళ్ళ నెంబర్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా రాదన్నట్టు. బికాస్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ పేషెన్స్. హౌ యూ స్టాండ్ 1 year పెట్టినా, 2 year పెట్టినా, 3 years పెట్టినా కూర్చోవాలన్నమాట. కీపింగ్ అసైడ్ ఆల్ ది వ్యాపారమ్స్. యూ మీన్ పత్తి వ్యాపారమ్స్? ఎస్. కాటన్ బిజినెస్. ఓకే. ఫస్ట్ ఫోకస్. So these are the so elements. Any queries? No. భగవద్గీతలో శ్రీకృష్ణుడు మాట చెప్తాడు, మీకు చెప్పాడో తెలియదు, నాకైతే చెప్పాడు. డోంట్ ఫోకస్ ఆన్ రిజల్ట్స్. Don't focus on results. And one more apprehension which we found among the aspirants, నువ్వు చక్కగా రాయకపోగా ఆప్షనల్ ఇస్తారు అన్నట్టు. Because of this optional, I didn't get my service అని చెప్తాడు. Baseless, irrational. You have performed well, definitely score, you'll get score. See, there are so many factors. Let me tell you, everyone shall understand this particular point. There are so many factors which play crucial role in getting service. Obviously, GS and optional. I'm talking about mains, keeping aside prelims. You may be good at optional. You may be good at optional, but you're bad at GS. Gone. You may be very good at GS, but you're bad at optional. Once again, gone. Balanced approach. So in order to write mains answers, you need not to be exceptional, aspirant. You need not to be a research scholar. No, have to have general approach. That is the reason UPSC and other competitive public service commissions, they prefer to call their exams as general studies. General studies is nothing but knowing something of everything. Something of history, something of polity, something of geography, something of economy, something of science and technology, something of environment. So general approach అనేది కంపల్సరీ ఉండాలి ఎక్కడ, కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్లో. టు బి స్పెసిఫిక్, UPSC. And when it comes to optional history which has got 500 marks. So when you spend a lot of time in getting knowledge, let me tell you, the knowledge never goes in vain. Assume you have spent 1 year time and you have got command over subject. Now with this command, you can easily write GS answers, UPSC. And better not to talk about prelims, right? Better not to talk about prelims. And you can, with the same knowledge, you can easily, what we call, write group 1 exam, maybe in State Public Service Commission, maybe APPSC, TGPSC, whatever you're talking about. So one strong, solid preparation, useful for various competitive exams. UPSC prelims and mains, optional, group 1 prelims and mains, group 2 prelims and mains, adi APPSC ganivandi, TGPSC ganivandi. So ensure, my point is don't overburden yourself. Select those options in such a way that which has got what we call multi-purpose activities. అంటే మనకు జిఎస్లో ఆ టాపిక్స్ ఉండాలి, ఆప్షనల్లో టాపిక్స్ ఉండాలి, మెయిన్స్లో ఆ టాపిక్స్ ఉండాలి, ప్రిలిమ్స్లో ఆ టాపిక్స్ ఉండాలి. You have to select optionals in such a way that so that we can get command over subject. You need not to study the other components. whatever the components which we have, you can like give much importance, so that the same enhancement knowledge that can be used for prelims, mains, and other competitive exams. Right? Any other queries apart from history is a vast optional, right? Any other? That's a good question. What is the highest score in what we call optional history? Annappudu, as as of now, we found 380 marks are the highest out of 100 marks. 380 marks. No, పేరు అవసరం లేదు. మనకు లాస్ట్ బిఫోర్ ర్యాంకర్ ఫ్రమ్ హిస్టరీ ఆప్షనల్. We have list of rankers. I don't want to tell the names. What I'm trying to tell you, to get service, there are so many factors play crucial role. Since I belong to the history subject, I may be boost up, but you must be good at general studies. If you are good at general studies, bad at history, as I was telling, gone, or optional, gone. You may be good at optional, bad at general studies, once again gone. So give equal importance to all subjects and a little bit importance to optional, because which has got find marks, and select options in such a way that which has got static and which covers different competitive exams. Now with this background, finally say 500 marks if you select optional as history. Now we have 125 marks in GS paper 1. So when I say GS paper 1 or GS1, we have 250 marks to be divided for geography and history. 125 marks. Right? When it comes to prelims, let me tell you, for about 30 marks in prelims. I'm talking about in prelims. Prelims lo count చేయరు కదా సార్, పాస్ కావాలంటే కౌంట్ చేస్తారు కదా. I do accept prelims nothing to do with deciding of your service and all. But in general, prelims followed by main. సరే, మనకు ఎస్ఏలో ఒక 10 మార్క్స్ కలుపుకుందాం, ఎందుకంటే బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ మనదే కాబట్టి. మొత్తం కలిపి కూడా కూర్చో సార్ అంటే ఓకే 10 మార్క్స్ అన్నట్టు. సో టోటలీ హౌ మెనీ మార్క్స్? చెప్పండి. 6, around 670 marks out of 2025. If you get 50% out of 2025, let me tell you, you'll be going to get IAS. Only 50%. 70% వస్తే నువ్వు దేవుడేగా. సముద్రం పోటెత్తుతుంది కదా. 70% ఆబ్వియస్లీ రావన్నట్టు, 50% కూడా రావన్నట్టు. 45% IAS. టీనా దాబి 47.8, 48%. 48% వచ్చిందంటే ఎక్కడెక్కడని అందరూ దండలు తీసుకెళ్లారని. రీజన్ బీయింగ్ the toughest nature of exam. Toughest nature of exam. That is the reason. On one hand, we must be good at subject, content you call it, conceptual clarity you call it. On the other hand, we shall have a broader idea what is happening in and around. It's nothing but you have to read newspaper. And we don't have such kind of problems when it comes to history. You need not read newspapers for history. Only oka books పెట్టుకుంటే చాలా అన్నమాట. Whereas other the subjects which have IR కానివ్వండి, have to compulsory read అన్నమాట. ఇక్కడ కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్కి రీడ్ అనే టైం ఉండదు. ఫర్గెట్ అబౌట్ ఆప్షనల్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సమజ్దార్కి ఇచ్చారా కాఫీ? So including online students, do you have any queries regarding optional history and regarding our program, how we are going to have the program and all that? Chipnan. GS syllabus lo అవును. అవును. నో. ఇట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇన్‌ఫాక్ట్ దీనికి అసలు సంబంధం లేదు. ఫిర్ బి గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్ అన్నమాట. సో నా ఫర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ యాజ్ ద క్వశ్చన్. ఈ జనరల్ స్టడీస్‌లో హిస్టరీ నుంచి క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో, సరే మనం రాస్తాం రాయడం దట్ ఈస్ అనదర్ స్టోరీ. ఈ హిస్టరీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే హిస్టరీ ఆన్సర్ షీట్స్‌ని ఎవరు ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేస్తారంటే నో సెకండ్ థాట్ ప్రొఫెసర్స్. No, that's what. Geography related paper will be given to geography professors. History papers will be given to history professors. అది మనకు డియూ కానివ్వండి, ఢిల్లీ యూనివర్సిటీ కానివ్వండి, జేఎన్యూ కానివ్వండి, పాండిచ్చేరి కానివ్వండి, అంటే డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేస్తారు. ఎస్, అంటే ఎవ్రీవన్ విల్ బీ కాల్డ్ టు ఢిల్లీ. వాట్ ఫర్ పేపర్ ఎవాల్యుయేటర్స్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐ జనరలీ సే బట్ unimportant ఫిర్ బి we generally go to Usmania University for paper evaluation, degree, not for group 100. గ్రూప్ అని చెప్పి సార్ నీకు దండం పెడతా, పైసలు ఇస్తా, నేను అక్కడ పైన 2 మార్క్ పెట్టినాను సార్. వ్యాపారం గ్రూప్స్ కాదు, మన ఈ డిగ్రీ బిస్కెట్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, ఓకే ఇవన్నీ. సో అక్కడ ఇవాల్యుయేట్ చేస్తాం, అందరిని ఒకే దగ్గర పిలుస్తారు. అప్లై ద సేమ్ టువర్డ్స్ అది ఏపీపీఎస్సీ కానివ్వండి, టీజీపీఎస్సీ కానివ్వండి, యూపీఎస్సీ కానివ్వండి. మై పాయింట్ ఈజ్ మెయిన్స్ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ would be evaluated by professors. Obviously, they would expect subject from us. మళ్ళీ ఇందాకేదో పెద్ద పెద్ద పదాలు యూజ్ చేసినావు కదా సార్, జనరల్గా రాయనని. జనరల్గా రాస్తూ కొంచెం పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ చేయాలన్నట్టు. while you're writing, assume, while you're writing an answer called, say, we have, so factors for the rise of new religions in 6th century BC, your answer should be very general. In general answer, you have to use technical terms, statements. So when you use technical terms, when you write like apt statements, you'll be given good marks. Because statements we generally get in standard books, right? So when you write statements from standard books, you'll be given good marks. Reason being, the papers are being evaluated by professors. ఏంటి టెక్నికల్ టర్మ్స్ ఏంటి అన్నప్పుడు, సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సుత్తని పత, one of the Buddhist texts, it described cow as annada, vanneda, and sukhada. Annada, vanneda, and sukhada. Technical term. You're writing general answers, political factors is responsible, social factors is responsible. Like చాలా జనరల్గా రాస్తున్నారు. But as part of the economic factors, if you insert this particular technical term, so there's a Buddhist text called Suttani Patha described cow as annada, giver of food, annam, annada, giver of food, vanneda, giver of beauty, and sukhada, giver of happiness. People got attracted towards Buddhism and rushed towards Buddhism. Technical term. Annada, vanneda, sukhada, technical term. In fact, Pali term. ఇవి వీటిని మనం టెక్నికల్ టర్మ్స్ అంటాం. సో while you're reading optional history, while you're reading general studies history, search for technical terms. See, general content అందరు గుర్తుంటుంది. Maybe you may write 1 point less and your friend may write like maybe 2 points. కానీ చాలా మందికి టెక్నికల్ టర్మ్స్ గుర్తుండవు. When you are good at writing, inserting technical terms context wise, and when you are good at writing statements, if you feel that so this particular statement to be written here will be given good marks. So keep in mind all these words. Any other doubts? Besides previous year question papers, any other doubts, including online students? One of online students asked, are you going to provide printed material? The answer is yes. Yes, we are going to provide printed material. As I was telling, after completion of a chapter, you will be going to get snippets. And after completion of a chapter, you'll be going to get previous year question papers right from 1980s to the present, maybe 2024, maybe next year 2025. And tomorrow we are going to have question paper discussion, mains, history. By 12 we are going to get. By 1 o'clock we are going to get paper. Maybe by 3 or 4 we are going to discuss question paper, optional history question paper. So you can attend that. How the questions are being posed. At least if you don't have time or if you have any other say schedules, take the question paper. How the questions are being asked. Are we going to answer questions? ఒక ఆయన ఏదో పెద్ద పెద్ద పదాలు యూజ్ చేశాడు, మనకు ఆ బొమ్మ ఉందో మనం ఆన్సర్ చేయగలగమా? లేదు, చేయగలము. అన్నీ చాలా ఒక సో 3 months కూర్చుంటే అయిపోతుంది. నో సెకండ్ థాట్, కమ్ అండ్ జాయిన్. దట్స్ ఇట్. See, you keep aside your apprehensions. You just follow syllabus, have standard books. You're going to refer standard books and have previous year question papers, and weekly you're going to get obviously tests, and after completion of test, paper would be evaluated, not mentors but myself. Generally మనకు వేరే దగ్గర mentors evaluate చేస్తుంటారు. సో వీఆర్ నాట్ అసోసియేటెడ్. సో అక్కడే కూర్చొని అక్కడే మనం నిజాలు లేకుండా మీరు ఇలా రాశారు, ఇలాగ రాస్తే బాగుంటుంది, యూ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఇన్సర్ట్ దీస్ పాయింట్స్, ఇక్కడ ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ రాస్తే బాగుంటుంది. దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో త్రూ. ఎనీ అదర్ క్వైరీస్? ఇఫ్ నాట్ చెప్పండి. తెలుగు బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వాళ్ళకు ఇచ్చే సజెషన్ సేమ్ మనకు సిలబస్ తెలుగు మీడియంలో కూడా ఉంది, నెంబర్ 1. అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ సీ ఆఫ్ మటీరియల్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు మీడియం. మనకు ప్రాచీన భారతీయ చరిత్ర, మధ్యక భారతీయ చరిత్ర, ఆధునిక భారతీయ చరిత్ర, ప్రపంచ చరిత్ర, ఇవన్నీ కూడా తెలుగు మీడియంలో ఉన్నాయి. అండ్ కీపింగ్ అసైడ్ ద మీడియం ఆఫ్ ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గుడ్ ఎట్ రైటింగ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు మీడియం, గో. బికాస్ ఇక్కడ మీడియం కాదన్నమాట. ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ హౌ యూ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యువర్ థాట్స్, హౌ యూ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యువర్ content. Star mark and supply based on question. We have so many rankers from regional mediums. అది తెలుగు మీడియం కానివ్వండి, కన్నడ మీడియం కానివ్వండి, తమిళ మీడియం కానివ్వండి, అండ్ హిందీ అయితే ఇంకా రాస్తూనే ఉంటుంది కదా. Obviously we have so many advantages for Hindi medium students. Reason being, the question papers would be in 2 languages, Hindi and English. సో మనకు సౌత్ ఇండియా నుంచి డిమాండ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎస్పెషల్లీ కేటీఆర్ సార్ కూడా డిమాండ్ చేశాడు. ఓకే అభిమానులు ఉన్నారు బట్ ఓకే. సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్. ఇఫ్ నాట్, షల్ వి disperse? So hoping to student. So thank you.